Hello, Harden here. I'm back with my first 20 million encounter since we had the patch, which is the terrorist attack on the School of Applied Knowledge, which is part of the For Patriotism storyline. It's not on this account, it's on my second Ravens account. Anyway, as I mentioned, this is the first 20 million mission since the patch that went live yesterday afternoon. Yesterday afternoon for me. So it's about 24 hours ago anyway, roughly, that it kind of went live. So this is the first 20 million mission I've picked up since then. Obviously, there's been a few changes as a result of the patch. My Raven has actually jumped up now to, it jumped up on its own to 2,300 DPS. So apparently all the NPCs have had a bit of a buff in terms of their armor and shield. But also missiles had a 4%, missiles and torpedoes had a 4% boost as well. So what that did is it increased my damage on my Raven to 2,300 DPS, which is pretty nice. But in addition to that, there was a 1 million free skill points. So what I did was I had previously trained for the Tempest. I found that I wasn't using it, didn't really enjoy it. So what I did was I reskilled some of those points and used them to boost my battleship skills and my battleship weapon skills. So if we just jump into my skills here, you can quickly see that I am now 6 hours away from completing large missile torpedo upgrade level 5. And then following that, I'm going to be doing the really long advanced large missile torpedo upgrade, which will then give me access to the expert skills on the upgrade. So I'll train three or four of those. So that at that point, I don't think it's worth pushing it up to 5, the expert skill, but should push my DPS up to, I would have hoped, in the region of about 2,400. So anyway, you can see this Raven is doing pretty nice damage. My second Raven, again, the skills are not quite as advanced at the moment, so just to give you an idea, I'm just checking now, my second Raven is now at 2,200. So you can see between my two Ravens, I'm putting out 4,500 DPS, and then my Drake is also adding on, I'll just quickly check that, my Drake is adding on an additional 1,432 currently. One of the things I'm looking at doing, and I will be doing, is I will be changing my Drake into a command cyclone once those ships are available and once those skills are available. I've already actually skilled up my third pilot in the command skills. I'm looking at the shield command skills, which I think will kind of nicely add to the tank, to the shield on both my Ravens, and reduce cap usage, which will make running these missions a little bit easier. The other thing I've got to say is we're aware now that we have got this, actually what's this doing? It should be following this guy. Aware that there is the scanning is going to be coming soon. I'm not too sure whether I should be concerned about that or not. My primary source of income is in low-sec missions. That's where I make most of my money, because I don't really have time to play consistently in 0.0 and kind of do the storyline. So I'm kind of running these shorter missions. Again, I'll have to wait and see how things shake out. With this kind of mini fleet, I'm completing those 5 million missions in about 5-6 minutes. So I'm not sure people will have the time to actually scan me down in those. But we'll see. The other thing is also I'm flying in a little fleet of 3 ships. So even if someone scans me down, the chances that they can take on the 2 Ravens and a Drake, unless they're already in a gang themselves, might be difficult. So on that one, I'm going to kind of wait and see. Finally, the other kind of thing in relation to all the various changes and how that impacts, I've noticed that the rewards on the hard missions, the standard hard missions, has gone down from 950,000 to 900,000 for each mission. So there's been a bit of a nerf there. I noticed that the missions that were sort of the more advanced missions that were between 4.5 and 5.5 million have also all been nerfed by about 500,000, which again is not great. I have noticed that they do seem to be, again with this increased DPS, they seem to be being completed quicker, but that doesn't really make that much difference to me because with this fleet, I'm killing them quite quickly anyway. So for me, the main issue is kind of flying in between the missions. And so basically they've nerfed the income, and yes, you can complete the missions quicker, but whether that actually means that you're going to be doing more missions in a day, well, it doesn't really make that much difference if you're already completing them quite fast. So anyway, enough talking now. I'm going to go ahead and warp the fleet into this mission, and then we'll see how long that takes. Just to give you an idea, I have now been talking for 5 minutes already. Oh wow, okay, 5.5 minutes. So let's see how long the mission will take. Okay, fleet command, let's go on in. Okay, I've got my hardeners all turned on, and let's go. So what I've been doing lately is I've been sort of pre-aligning my battleships so that they actually do arrive before the Drake, or at least simultaneously with the Drake, because I was finding in some instances my Drake was being the primary for all 3 waves, which is a bit difficult for the Drake, even though I'm killing everything quite rapidly. So here we go. Right, my first target is a Scorpion. It's in range, approach. Turn on the MWD. Same here, focus fire, approach. And then finally this Raven is the last one to arrive. So focus fire, approach. Here we go. So my first Raven is now in range and has opened fire and is doing a bit of repairing because it's taking the damage at the moment. And then my Drake is now in range too, so it's also opening fire, applying damage mods. And then finally this Raven is now also in range, so I was going to whack it with everything I've got and then get ready to go onto the Naga next. Okay. So you can see some of the nice hits there, 12,500. Okay, now we're onto the Blackbird. Let's collect the loot as we go. Turn off the shield booster on my second Raven. They're not really hitting it that hard now. There's only a couple of them left. Okay, so now the second wave. Here we go. Okay, so we've got a Raven at 23 kilometers. That's going to be the primary focus fire approach. And let's get over to that guy. Focus fire approach, that's my second Raven being set, and finally focus fire and approach, which is my third Raven. And let's see who they're targeting here. Yeah, again, they're targeting my second Raven. Am I in range yet? Okay, so we're just getting in range. Turn off the MWD, save some cap. My second Raven is also in range, and I can apply my damage mods there. And then finally my Drake is in range now, so let's do that. So then get ready to align everybody onto the Naga. And let's apply max damage. So that's the Raven down. Okay, and so you see two 11,000 hits in quick succession. See how quickly that Naga popped. Okay, and now onto the Blackbird, and again I'll just do a little bit of shield boosting there, but everything looks quite under control. Let's collect. You see that was I think it was a cormorant. You just hit for 6,000 or so, which is pretty nice on a small ship with torpedoes, large torpedoes. Okay, there we go. So final wave now, let's see what we've got here. Okay, so the first target here is going to be one of these Scorpions. Focus fire approach, it's nicely in range. The webs and target painters on. And the same here, focus fire approach. Get my webs and target painters on. They're concentrating on my Drake here, so approach. My Drake is on actually 50% shields. Again, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I'm going to get ready to hit that second Scorpion as soon as that first one dies. Oh, my Drake is now down to about 20% shields. So, okay, but we've killed one Scorpion already. We're working on the second one. Okay, and then there's an elite Raven. I think that's why the damage is so high, because that guy is probably also using torpedoes. Okay, let's get my damage mods on. Okay, on this one I don't actually have. Let's hit the Niber next. Okay. So my Drake is on about 10% shields now. It's also hit my second Raven. And after that we'll take the Blackbird on that one. Okay, the Elite Raven is into shield. Okay, what I'm going to do is I will cross over to him as soon as the Blackbird goes down. You can see the Blackbird is taking a 7,800 hit there. Again, which is very nice with torpedoes on cruiser size. So there we go. Now we're swapping, hopefully kill off that elite. Oh, they did actually get into my armor on my Drake. So there was a lot of damage coming in there. So you had the 2 Scorpions and you had the Elite Raven, which I think was probably using torps as well. So it did actually push my Drake in shield. It probably wouldn't have happened if I had paid a bit more attention at the beginning of that third wave. And hadn't actually allowed myself to get to 50% shield before I started boosting. So, okay, let's collect some more loot. Everything now is fairly straightforward. I can turn off my shield booster there, I'm just using cap. Still need shield booster on the other accounts at the moment. Okay, so let's see, we're coming down to the last. Okay. So there we go, that's that mission finished, encounter finished, 17.6 million bounty. And in terms of the time, basically it was 11 minutes and 30 seconds, which if you took off the 5.5 I talked at the beginning, so basically it was 6 minutes for the total, 6 minutes from warping in to completing that mission, and then I've just got a little bit of loot to collect. So not too bad. Certainly the damage doesn't seem to have been dialed up. Again, I did go into shields, I did go into armor on my Drake, but again that was partly my own fault because it took me a little bit of time to turn my shield booster on in that third wave. So that's my own fault, and I think this mission again with the 2 Scorpions and the Elite Raven does kick out a lot of DPS in that third wave. So I think I've been into armor on that one before, but certainly in terms of killing it, 6 minutes is pretty good. That's about average, a little bit below average for these 20 million missions with this kind of fleet makeup. So anyway, I hope that's all been interesting for you guys. As you can see, not much has actually changed in terms of how long it takes to kill these things. It's pretty much the same, and we'll just have to wait and see now in terms of the scanning how that's going to impact my game style going forward. So I'm not panicking about it yet. We'll see how it works when it actually is implemented. So thank you. If you like this, then please do like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.